Hello, my little ravens. Mama Lou here. And I wanted to give you guys a message from the universe for today. Channeled a couple. The first thing, though, that I really want to get across to you is that I'm really glad that you're here. You are loved. You are accepted. You are wonderful. You are amazing. You get to hear my laundry go off. Sorry about that. But anyways, I just want you all to know that I'm here for you guys. This is why I do this. I do this for you guys because you deserve a place where you can come, you can sit down, you can relax, and you can have a nice talk with Mama. That's pretty much what I want out of this whole thing. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here. I love sharing messages with you that I get, and I hope that it's helpful, and I hope that you feel appreciated, and I hope that you feel loved because you deserve it. You're awesome. You're awesome, and Mama Lou really does love you, okay? So, what I wanted to do is get some cards going, but before we get started, like I said, I'm sure you've had a long day. I'm sure that you wore out, but this is you time, okay? This is you time where me and you get to sit together and we get to chat about stuff. I don't hold back the messages that I get in. They're going to be honest from the heart and from the universe, but it's all meant in love. And I hope you guys get something out of them. I really do. So, alrighty, let's do a little breathing. Long day. All right. So go ahead and breathe with me. Just really try and relax. Let all of your day go. And one more. All right, little stinkers. Let's see what comes up. Okay. Like I said, I've been getting messages all day. Didn't really know what they were, but it was really important that I kind of let you guys know where I'm coming from, what I want for you, which is nothing but the best for you, and to be able to shoot it straight with you because there's no judgment here. There's none of that. This is all just meant to be helpful. We all need help along our journeys. We all need help along our path. And just like the musical or the mixtape oracle, where sometimes it's just a word from someone else. Maybe it's something I say that just really helps you guys out. That's all I want. That's all I want. Yeah. First card that came out, the Warrior. Awesome card. All right, let's see if there's any other ones. Because I'm already getting some stuff on this one. You guys might be getting your game face on for something or preparing yourself for something where you're going to really have to hold on to your beliefs, hold on to your goal, or possibly even it doesn't feel like defending anything, though. It just feels more like just pushing through, whatever that is. Yeah, the next one is the Void. And we got Shadow. So like I said, take a quick minute. There's 3 of them that came out. So take a quick minute and just kind of relax your mind. Tune out all the stuff around you. Tune out your day. Tune out what you got to do next. You don't have to do anything right now, okay? I mean, you're going to have a talk. So there's 3 different cards that came out. You can listen to all 3. You can just listen to one, whichever you want, okay? All right, let's get started with the Warrior. Like I said, there is something here about you really needing to push to the finish line with something. You really need to it almost feels like put your mind, like just focus your mind on it. It feels a lot like focusing. And just really like, it feels almost like also sticking to the plan. Like when things come up in situations and it it seems like maybe you should pivot or maybe you should do something else. This feels very much like, no, stay the course. Stay the course. Like if you're in a boat, just try and, the storm's kind of pushing you around, but you need to stay the course, use what you can, and just stay focused on what your end goal was. So let's see what comes up with that. Yeah, because it looks like you are creating something. You are bringing something to life. You are feels like a new creation of something, a new beginning of something. And it feels destined in some way. Between this one and this one, it feels like something that you're destined to do, or that it is really important for you to accomplish this thing. And you need to continue to push it forward, get it from the mental state and bring it out into existence. Let's see what kind of thing this is. This could be, like I said, this could be an idea. This could be something that you're actually creating. This could be you starting your educational journey. This could be you starting a new job. And like sometimes when you need to go into a certain course so that you can get to the next course, so that you can get to the, degree that you want. It feels similar. Like maybe you need to start at one point in a job and then move forward with there. Or maybe you need to, get in a relationship with someone before you can, get married and start having kids, if that's what you want. Or maybe you need to, it feels like creating the space so that this thing can get brought up into the world. Yeah. The thing that initially drawn up, because I think I've told you, I don't really, like I read tarot, it's not always correct tarot because I'm getting the messages channeled as they're coming in. But yeah, see how what they're doing is they're literally taking these cups and they're using their hands. Remember when you were a kid and you used to make mud pies, or you would be able to use your imagination to, pretend like you're making a potion, or you could like pretend that a tree is an entire house and you're living in it, and you would have these great dream scenarios or fantasies, and you would even get your friends involved and they would be acting it out too, and you'd be like, okay, you're the pirate and I am the trader, and here we go, and fun ensues. At least that's what it was when I was growing up. I know everybody's got video games and stuff now that make it much easier, but sidetracked. What I do get from this though is kind of that idea. You're dreaming it up, you have a plan for it, and this is you actually bringing it into existence. And what I'm getting with this too is don't lose the fun part, don't lose the imaginative part, don't completely disconnect from that whimsical part of this thing that you're working on or creating, or where you're heading in your education or your career. Continue to be in a little bit more of that childlike state of when you believed you could be anything, and when you believed that you could do anything. And that very much feels like that, because the Ace of Pentacles feels almost like a destined gift from the universe, something that is meant to happen. And it feels like it's fueled from your imagination, and you are now like formulating the plan to bring it into existence. I hope that made sense. But yeah, I also feel like if you're not emotional about this, whatever it is that you're trying to create, then it's going to be a lot harder. If there's no heart involved, if there's no emotion involved, if it doesn't really drive you, then it may not be the thing for you. I'm also getting something here about, and this is just totally random, that you need a new start. You could need a new whether this is a new start to a relationship or maybe just getting back out into a relationship. This could be you getting a new start by, like I said, going back to school or switching jobs or asking for a certain, transfer to a different place. This also could be something about that, because with the warrior card, it feels like you're the one initiating it. You are the one that's putting this into motion because you see the opportunity in front of you and you don't want it to just be an opportunity. You want to manifest it and turn it into your next steps. Don't sit back on where it's comfortable in this moment. It feels like the energy around you right now is to push yourself forward in whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. And do look out for things that, okay, that's a weird message. They're talking about something nostalgic possibly popping up for you, whether it's you're at like a thrift store and you see an old toy you used to have or something like that, where something's going to ping for you, or you're going to be going through your closet and you're going to find an old jersey that you used to wear, or going through stuff and you're going to see pictures of you when you were little. I don't know. There's something about that where you're going to, and that's going to actually spark you to want to work harder for that little child that you used to be, and use your imagination and believe in yourself and trust that you can do anything and you can create the reality around you that you want, the one that you wanted as a kid or the one that you've always dreamed of having. And this just feels like a lot of possibilities, because it feels like you've reached that warrior part of your journey. You have really learned what it takes to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. And you've got the mental part, you've got the heart part. Okay, let's bring it into, let's bring it to fruition. Let's bring it into this reality. Let's create this in this realm where I am existing right now, because I deserve it and I'm willing to fight for it because it's something that I love. Yeah. 9 of Wands. Yeah. This is literally the warrior card. So, okay. Yeah. So this is telling me that you, like, all of these wands to me very much feel like all the things that you believed about yourself when you're a kid. You feel like you're invincible when you're a kid. You feel awesome when you're a kid. Like, you're like, I'm Superman, and you're like doing all these things. This is you going back and believing in yourself. When you're a kid, you didn't have the self-doubt. I mean, this is generally speaking, but like over those, like, you didn't have the self-doubt. You weren't self-conscious. You didn't have that weight of the world around you, the worrying about bills and responsibilities and family. You would just, you get let go and you just go play, and you would just be in your own world, and that's what you would do. And this feels like that energy. It's like sparking that childlike, just, I can do and be anything I want energy. I mean, when I was a kid, I was going to be an astronaut. I'm scared of heights. Like, that was a ridiculous idea, but I thought I could do it. I mean, do you, whatever that is. It just feels like, don't be afraid anymore. Don't be afraid, and put all those parameters around yourself. Like, she's not boxed herself in. She is literally using that as, okay, you can't move past me. You got to get through me if you want to go through. And that's kind of like, it's like, hey, universe, you got to get through me, and we are doing this. That's kind of what it feels like. Oh, that's what they want with that one. So that was a really good message. So fight, fight, fight. Go for it. Believe in yourself. Trust yourself. And get a little nostalgic with it. It feels like there's something bubbling in here that you are about ready to start fighting for, and you should start to work for it and push for. And like I said, have a plan, be focused, but feel it from your heart space as well. And talk to yourself like you did when you were a kid. That's what I got with it. Okay, the second one is the void. This is interesting. Okay. There's a couple messages with the void. One of them is that, okay, this is going to sound odd. It feels like you have been really trying to blend in recently. You've really kind of like sanded down your edges and trying to almost be unnoticed, or just, it feels like you're doing it though so you could just get through and by without anybody like noticing, because it feels like you've kind of been in this place of, I don't want the hassle. I don't want to have to talk to people. I don't want to have to deal with people. I don't want to have to interact with people. And it feels like that because the world around us is a little chaotic, to say the least. But it feels like no matter what you're doing or how you're doing it or who you're doing it with, the world around you's got opinions about it, or they've got standards for it, or they've got like these unspoken rules about how things are supposed to be. And you're kind of trying to learn, how do I just weave through here so that I'm not really doing anything either direction, so that the focus doesn't come to me. It feels like with this void is like you're hoping that if this is the focus, that it literally goes around you and past you. That was an interesting message. I don't know what it means yet, but that's the first one. So if you feel like you're trying to just get by, or you're just trying to be left alone and have nobody bother you, because it feels a little hermity as well. Like this could be you just, I don't have the energy to put on the face, to put on the charade, to do the things, to play my part, to be on all day. This feels a little bit more like you're kind of done with that, because you even got the 10 of Pentacles. Like, can I just do that thing where I'm just, nobody bothers me anymore. Nobody critiques my looks. Nobody tells me what to do. Like, you kind of want to be, that person. I don't know. Like, can I just be that retired person who just sits in my garden and yells at the kids playing on my lawn, like that kind of a thing? It feels like you just want to be able to live your life without everybody's opinion about it. And it's really hard these day and age. Everybody's connected with the internet. Everybody can call you at any time. We're connected to it with work and with family, and you don't answer a text for a few minutes and everybody's all up in arms like, what's wrong? And it feels like you might be getting a little overwhelmed with all of the demands on your time, or all of the demands on your person in general, or your emotions, or your finances, or your energy. And it feels like, even with this card, that the world feels kind of like an energy suck, where no matter how much you feel this void up for people or for yourself or for anybody else to make everybody else happy, it's always hungry. It always wants more. It always needs to be fed. And you're kind of like, yeah, I'm going to stop feeding that beast. I'm kind of done with it. And so you're trying to like hack the system and try and game it so that you can figure out your way around it. To what end? I'm not quite sure, but those are the vibes that I'm getting. But it feels like there is something here that it feels like maybe what you need to do is focus on the things that you do want and learn how to do them in a way that you can be yourself, that you can do them the way you want to do, that you can enjoy them for what they are, and none, like, it's almost like separate from that. Like, you don't care if people like it or not, or you don't care if people appreciate it or not, or you don't care if you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to. but you created a space where, like, if, like, let's say you have a friendship or a love relationship where you can just say to them, you know, I'm out, I'll see you in, like, 8 hours or something. And they're cool, because there are people like you. There are people who also have the similar desires, who don't want to feed that machine, who don't want to stand out, don't want to be the center of attention, but they want to kind of just be left alone and get to do what they want to do and be a weirdo and enjoy it, and that's what they want. That's awesome. Do that if that's what you want to do. It feels a lot like societal pressure is starting to weigh on you. And that's what I mean. Like, you're just like, how can I just avoid all of this? And it feels like just avoiding it may not be, it may work for a while, but I don't know for how long that's going to work for you. So it feels like you need to come up with some other ways. Like I said, get people around you who are similar to you, or get a job where I know that sounds really, get a job. Oh yeah, it's so easy to just get a job. I'm not trying to say that this all needs to be done instantly or anything like that, or that I'm trying to make light of the fact that everybody has responsibilities, everybody's got bills, everybody's got things to do. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, try to start catering your life to a way to where you can have that feeling of security, because it's a safe space for you. It is a controlled space for you. It doesn't put demands on you that you find unrealistic, and you don't put demands on it or the people around you that are unrealistic. And it feels much more symbiotic, to where it's less one person taking all the time. Oh, that's okay. That's one person taking all the time, and another person just always giving. And that could be some of it. You may be feeling like you're giving and giving and giving, and that's where some of this is coming from. You may be feeling like you're giving and giving and giving, and either this relationship or this job or this family or this community or whatever is just continuing, and you're feeling like, I don't have any more to give. I need to keep enough for myself so that I am established, I am secure, I have what I need, and I am giving that energy to what I want, not what you tell me I'm supposed to give it to, not what you say is required of me. I'm my own person, and I get to decide those things for myself. Okay, that makes much more sense. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So it feels like that is a little bit more in line with the message that I was trying to get through. But yes. So this feels very much like, okay. Another thing is, take your time. Like I said, part of that was what that was. Okay, so take your time. This doesn't need to happen, like I said, instantly. It is going to take a little bit of work, because it almost feels like, well, you're kind of fighting against the system that you've always known. And if you're constantly giving, 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 and this person is taking, 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 that is a pattern that you're going to have to break. Patterns don't break easily for anyone, especially when two parties are involved and they're like, hey, wait a minute, I'm hungry, you're supposed to feed me right now, what's the deal? And you're like, yeah, not gonna work. So this may even be some breaks with people, or some breaks with your job, or some breaks with even the bar that you set for yourself, or the standards that you set for yourself. Maybe you set them so high that even you feel like you're never going to reach them. And that may be a void feeling as well. It's like, well, I'm never going to get to being awesome at this, or I'm never going to be the greatest at this. That could leave a void feeling within you as well. It's an empty feeling when you never think you're accomplishing anything, when you think that you're always, a loser, or that it's not working out, and so it feels like energy wasted. It feels like time wasted. And this is saying that it doesn't need to be wasted. You create the reality around you. You can establish yourself and what you want, and the boundaries that you have, the legacy you're going to leave, and how people know you and how people remember you. And it feels actually pretty positive if you can just kind of turn it around and use this, you know, maybe you're, you know, a little outskirts of society, use that to your advantage. Use it. You don't have to be some weird hermit, you know, just ogre under the the bridge kind of a thing. You don't need to be extreme, because that's almost just as worse as, you know, just feeding that machine. So it feels like you don't need to go from one extreme to the other. You just need to realize what it is that you are willing to put that energy into, and what you're not. But like I say, you don't need to just pretend that you're not you, just to fit in, just so that people will leave you alone. Yeah, again, that may work for a little bit, but that's exhausting in and of itself. It really is. That's all they want for that one. All right, the last one is shadow. It's a really pretty card. Let's see what they want with this one. Okay. The first thing I'm getting right now is I feel like this is something, okay, this is going to get odd, just so you know, but I don't get to pick the messages. This is just what it is. Okay, there's something here about your perception. There's something here about your perception. Okay, so you know how, like, when you go outside and the sun is shining, and there's times where you can stand in a certain place, you know, and you're like standing there, and then the sun's like behind you, and then the shadow in front of you looks either like extra long and tall, or you look like you're a short little squat little goblin or something like that. There's something in here about your perspective and seeing things clearly. And a lot of times when we're talking about our shadow self, or our inner child, the stuff that we kind of stuff, our, you know, the stuff we keep hidden even from ourselves, or subconscious type things, we have a certain perspective of what those are, and we have a lot of times, negative connotation to them. That's why we stuff them. These are like, this part's not a part of me, and you just kind of, nope, I don't like that part, and you continue to just stuff and stuff and stuff. And so when you think about it, like, let's do some shadow work, or let's do these things, what does that mean? It means taking those shadows out of the dark and changing how you view it. Like, if you look at your shadow self the same way that you look at yourself when you have the sun behind you and you're looking, and like, there's times when you can look like you're super like big and chunky monkey and short and all this other stuff, and then there's other times when I'm so short. There's other times where I look tall and I look all slim, and I'm like, that's nice. I wish that was the way I look now. And it feels like you need to do that with your shadow self. I know this sounds odd, but this is the way they're trying to explain it to me, and I'm just getting these pictures. So anywho, so it feels like taking that shadow and just turning it a little bit. Just turning it and let the sun shine on it differently, so that it has a more inviting, appealing, attractive look to it, because it is still you. It is you. It is important. And the shadow isn't even necessarily like old traumas or anything like that. These are just parts of yourself that you deny. So this is stop denying those parts of yourself and start incorporating them in and viewing them in a more positive light, so that you don't instantly get a ick, negative feeling about it, to where you can actually explore it in an open way, with a new perspective, with a clear mind, or with a clear intent and a clear mind about it. Because the shadow is very important. The shadow is just as much a part of you as your love and light side, or your, you know, fun and happy-go-lucky side, and your free side. I'm not saying that we need to dwell in our darkness, you know, we don't need to go full goth with it, you know. I'm just saying that the world has certain things that they find distasteful, and and they have put some pretty negative words onto things to mass spread the illusion that these certain things are bad. That's the easiest way I can say it. But so just because like society says that these certain things are bad because they put a name on it that you don't, that maybe you were raised that that's a bad thing, or that's something that's evil, or that's something that no good person would ever even think about. Some of the stuff in your shadow is just, we're human. We have thoughts. We think things. Are they all awesome and positive and great? Hell no. We can have dark thoughts. We can have dark dreams. We can have weird ideas that are just like, yeah, what's that? I'm not saying act on all these things. Don't say Mama Lou said I could go be crazy. No, that's not what I mean. But I'm saying that don't instantly think something negative about yourself because it's considered part of your shadow, or that it's not, like I say, these are kind of all playing together a little bit, what society says is appropriate or what is okay to even discuss. I think a lot of things we kind of put this taboo on that we're not allowed to talk about, and that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen or it's not there. It just means all of us are stuffing. All of us are literally just stuffing all this stuff, and it's silly. It's really silly as a society that there's certain things that we can't discuss or talk about. I mean, just even in the last like 10, 20 years or so, all of a sudden, it's okay to talk about mental health. Me growing up, absolutely not. No talk about mental health. You know, you have a bully at school. Absolutely not. You kids, you deal with it, okay, or I'm being shamed by all the other kids at school. Kids are like, buck up, you're fine. Teachers are like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Like, we were just gaslighted forever. And it feels like this card really wants us not to gaslight ourselves about our shadow selves, if that makes sense. Don't just write it off. Don't just poo-poo it. Don't instantly say, oh, that's not something we're going to deal with, or it's not important. I feel like it really is. This, again, like I said, this feels like inner child work as well, where, and kind of goes back to the first one. We all kind of need to embrace ourselves as a whole human, and not just the parts we want people to see. This is all kind of going together. Not just the parts that we're proud of, because we should be proud of all of it. I mean, I think you understand what I'm getting at, but this is about actually, it feels like we need to stop playing the world's game. We need to stop playing society's game, and we need to all just start accepting that we are all freaking humans. We all are different. We all aren't going to fit into a certain box. We all aren't going to deal with things the same way. We're all not going to behave the same way. And no matter how much you keep trying to get us down, smaller, and beat down, I don't think we should accept it. And I don't think that that's what the universe wants us to do. Don't accept it. Yeah. Yeah. We're done with being doled out little bits at a time of what we are able to do, what we're able to have, what we can accomplish, what we can't accomplish, what we need to say, what we don't need to say. And it feels like when you give someone something that they really need, and then they're like, oh, thank you for this, then they kind of are forgetting about all the other stuff. No, wait a minute. I also need this, and this. You just gave me one. Wait. And this feels like addressing those things is going to be pretty important. I don't know in what way yet, but it feels also like just don't settle. Don't settle, like, if people are like, oh, well, you got your shit together, so you don't need to work on anything. At least you're healthy. At least you got a job. At least you got a family. At least you got all these things. Okay. but I also need this, I need this, I need this, I need good, physical health, I need good mental health, need good dental health, I need good vision health, oh no, you can have this one. And it's like, nope, that's not what I said. And it feels like we need to kind of dig into that shadow part of ourselves, look at it a little bit differently, and realize that we've been stuffing a lot of the things that we need to be a survivor, to be a warrior, to fill that void. You can't have darkness without light. You can't have light without dark. So it feels very kind of cosmic-y in some way, where we all kind of need to stop doing what we're being told to do. Yeah, go after our own dreams. This isn't about making one wish and that's what you get. No, your life is literally about creating the reality you want. You get as many fucking wishes as you want. You get as many as you want because you say so. And don't stop wanting. Don't stop trying. Don't stop achieving. Don't stop doing any of that stuff. Why would you? You're a child of the universe. You can do whatever it is that you need to do. Do what you want. And don't be afraid of any parts of yourself. And don't be afraid of what society's going to think. And don't not go after what you want just because someone says that you can't. It feels like just don't give up like that, if that makes sense. All right. Okay, you gotta chill out. So what I'm doing now is that's what they wanted for that one. So I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to see if there's a song that they want to go with this reading. I hope that this has been helpful. Please do the likey, subscribey stuff and the YouTubey things and the bell stuff and check out my TikTok, do all those things. I'm really bad at remembering to do all that stuff. I feel like I do these messages because I want to, but I also know that I need to say it because, otherwise I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to put it out there. All right, that's an interesting one too. We got Metallica t-shirt by Wolfie's Just Fine, but my mother won't let me. She says they are evil. Why can't we just be regular people? That kind of came up a little bit. The effect of religious conservative upbringing, individuals separate from the family, black sheep, and wanting to fit in and be accepted, and then rebellion. I think this one fits a lot. I don't know if you've ever heard this song. It's awesome. It's awesome. Please listen to it. Put the headphones on. Anybody who grew up in the 80s, 90s, any of my Gen Zs, any old people, you'll relate, especially if you grew up in a small town, conservative, very religious, all of those things. So just letting you know. All right, you got two more songs, so let's see what they are. You got Two of a Crime by Perma. All my life in the dark, I've been waiting for one sweet day, not alone, never anymore. Find your weirdos, friends, and family. What did I just say about this one? I think I said that one. Bad influences and recklessness and lawlessness. Alrighty, and the last one is... okay, this is Exile by Taylor Swift and Bon Iver. All this time, I've never learned to read your mind. Never learned to read your mind. I couldn't turn things around. You never turned things around. Because you never gave a warning sign. I gave so many signs. This is about jealousy, regret, rear view is 2020, miscommunication, body language, subtle hints, and red flags. So these are the songs that came up today. Let me just double check. Do you have any other messages for me today? No, that's it. All right, so I will put all these down in the description box so that you can listen to them. Like I said, headphones work, pull up the lyrics, do all the things. But again, like I said in the beginning, Mama Lou loves you so much. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope that this made you feel loved and comforted and appreciated because you are amazing. Amazing. And I will see you soon.